Hey guys, I'm Brian Yang, and today I want to take a moment to take a moment to record a very amateur video. If you can see my face right now, you can see that I just woke up pretty much, and I'm in my robe. So I mean, I guess part of the beauty of being into internet marketing and working at home. But I want to get straight to the point. If you're looking at my screen right now, I am on this picture didn't load completely, but let me introduce you to this guy. He is, what's his name? There we go. All right. Sorry guys, I just read this and I wanted to basically throw a quick video to get together on what I learned from this. And this guy is Cameron Herold, and he did an interview with Yanik Silver. And for you guys who don't know who Yanik may be, he's a very big deal, especially when it comes to copywriting. He's been the teacher and mentor for many of the top internet marketers, and he's taught them copywriting. So he's definitely a big deal. I'll have a link at the bottom of this video so that you can go and check this out yourself. But so this is an interview with Cameron, and who Cameron is, he is the or he was the COO of 1-800-GOT-JUNK, and he's always been an entrepreneur. But as far as his accomplishments at 1-800-GOT-JUNK, he grew the company from a $2 million company to a $105 million company in just 6 years. That is insane. Lots of money, huge growth there. And of course, other than that, he started another company that he sold for $64 million. So the dude knows how to make money. He knows business. He knows entrepreneurship. And I know that, you, my audience, are mostly about internet marketing and making money online. Affiliate marketing, or in some cases, creating your own products and selling them online. In essence, you are all entrepreneurs, just like myself. I mean, these websites we create and all the marketing and everything behind it, they're like little micro businesses. In some cases, it could be huge businesses if you're really, aggressive with it. So, so in this, at least in this interview, Cameron, in his interview with Yanik, goes over the 3 stages that every entrepreneur makes or goes through. And same thing with, and I would say the same with every single internet marketer, because really, the way I see internet marketing is that it's not just marketing; it's online, it's internet entrepreneurship. Really, is what it is, in my opinion. And so you will go through all these 3 stages. I do too. Because that's why it resonated so much with me, was that I went through this and I was like, man, this is exactly how I felt, and it's what I go through every single day. I'm either in one of these 3 stages, and it was really great to hear it, to know that I'm not going crazy, and that I'm just not going crazy. It's something that every entrepreneur, whether you're an internet marketer or you sell physical stuff and you have a real offline business, it's something that we all go through. So I'm going to try to keep this short. That was a long introduction, but I wanted to kind of set the stage for what this is all about. So I'm even just going to hop over. This is going to be the email that you're going to get, and I'm just going to type out every stage. So Cameron talks about the first stage, and this is what he calls the uninformed. Let me see. Uninformed. Let me pause it right real quick while I go figure out what this actually is. Jesus. Sorry about that, guys. All right, it's uninformed optimism. Okay. Now, this is the stage where you are just starting out. You got this great idea. You have a great idea, and you're super excited. I mean, that's how I was, is how everyone was when we got into this internet marketing stuff, right? I mean, we hear that, wow, you can make 24/7. You have these websites that make money for you 24/7. You see your stories of people becoming millionaires, and even six-figure income is great. 100K a year. These websites are passive income, recurring income. It's all online. It's all automated. It's all easy to scale. It's relatively pretty inexpensive to start in this. I mean, in some cases you can start with like almost free, and it's all that excitement, and you get so excited in the first few months. You read all this cool stuff, and you're buying lots of stuff as well. So this is a stage called uninformed optimism, and you have all this burning kind of energy, which is good to really get going. But in entrepreneurship, this can be dangerous because during this time, you don't want to be spending lots of money, right? Instead, I would say in internet marketing, you want to focus this. I mean, you do want to. I mean, obviously, you can't get away from spending any kind of money. I mean, you do need a website. You need to buy a domain. You need to buy hosting, and but really, you should really focus this on trying to look at the big picture and really just, how would I say? I would say your focus should really be on researching your target market, researching your audience, and figuring out and actually developing really great content for that audience. I mean, we talked in the market domination. You pick during that research phase as part of the kind of the first stage, which is the uninformed optimism, which is you're excited and you're doing it, and it's really, you got to do a lot of, in this stage, you got to be careful not to spend a lot of money on stuff, only on where you need it, which is the website, hosting, and I would really limit it to those few things at the very beginning, and focus on researching, like those products I talked about. Researching who the actual market is that are buying those products. Go into forums, start investigating, interacting with those people, and seeing how they tick. Where are the big pain points, and try to connect with that. So, I mean, we all go through that initial excitement, but then, of course, as time goes on, and we're not quite making as much money as we think we are. Things aren't quite working as well as we think they would be. Maybe people are reading our content, they're not sticking around very long, or we have a squeeze page that we're sending visitors to, and the opt-in rate is not as high as we thought it was going to be. And just the results are just not coming in as well as we would hope. So this is where we get into the informed pessimism. I spelled that right. That's pretty good. Okay. So this is where you kind of, after the research, after actually producing content and then starting the process of getting traffic, and the sales aren't quite there, the conversions are not quite there, which is going to be most of the time, because when you're starting out, you're not going to know exactly everything to do. And with internet marketing, a lot of it is testing stuff and optimizing things. And so this is the kind of the pessimistic stage. This is where you should be intelligently, finally really investing money. This is where you do testing. So like, there's less enthusiasm, and a little more pessimistic. But the good news is that this is the best place to invest, spend money, and pay. Examples would be pay for more traffic, or develop more content. I'm going to try to clean this up when I send it out to you guys. I'm just writing out the outline. But you know, you want to pay for traffic, develop more content, hire more writers, you know, or you can write it yourself. It just would take a lot more time. Develop more websites. Test. Optimize your processes. You know, that means your squeeze pages. Test different layouts, headlines, or you know, change or split test your offers. You know, maybe you have two offers that are very similar. Let's say like a hair removal product, or maybe it's not a physical product. Maybe it's like an ebook that basically maybe there's two offers and they pretty much talk about the same thing. So you split test both of them and see which one sells better. You know, let's say you buy. I'm not afraid of buying traffic because for me it's all about speed. And so if I can buy traffic and instantly get results, whether they're good or bad, that can tell me where I'm going a lot faster so I can correct my path. So like, you know, let's say I buy, you know, 200 visitors, you know, and those 200 visitors, I split them up evenly between two offers, keeping everything else the same, and one offer converts higher just because it's a better sales page, it resonates better with that traffic. Boom. See, that's how you make more money, is by split testing and optimizing and cutting out stuff that doesn't convert or whatever. You can do that not just with offers, with landing pages. You have your landing page only converts at maybe, well, let's say you have there's a squeeze page that, let's say you're trying to collect emails, right? So you have a squeeze page and you're only collecting at about 30%, which is not bad, but it's not that great. It's pretty average, not very sexy, actually. 50%, 45 to 50%, that's sexy. That's really good. That is way above average, typically. So you want to split test your landing pages to increase your conversion rate, right? So, you know, you will change the images, the headline. You change the layout. Maybe the opt-in box, instead of on the right, it's on the bottom or something. You would tweak these things, send traffic to that, and see which actual layout perform better, and you'll keep on doing this until all of a sudden now your conversion rate is around 50% or something, and now you're doing well. And you would do this for every single process within your sales funnel. I mean, I don't want to get too big with that because there'll be way more time to talk about this in depth and show case studies in future videos, but this is just kind of like, I want to show you examples of what kind of things you should be thinking about and doing during the informed pessimism stage of the emotional roller coaster. I mean, right? We just got past stage one, excited, pumped up, you know, doing a lot of things. Now, okay, things are not working as well as you thought they would. A little bit pessimistic. Now you gotta kind of like intelligently test, hardcore, test. You know, spend money wisely where you can control it and test it. So there's that stage, and then of course there is the what does he call it? I got my notes around here somewhere. I'm sorry, guys. Crisis of meaning. Now this is a very difficult stage to be in, and I have personally been in this many times, over and over. I mean, this whole 3-stage cycle repeats itself, and it's very emotionally draining and can be really tough to go through. But the biggest thing is that, you know, every entrepreneur, every business person, every, you know, serious internet marketer will go through this as well. And so what this stage is that, you know, yeah, you've gone through the optimism stage, and then you got a little pessimistic, and then now you're in a crisis of meaning. Now you're like, you're still not quite where you want to be. And give me 1 second here. Sorry guys, I had to kind of collect my thoughts a little bit. So the crisis of meaning it's definitely the most depressing place to be. And if you were to take a scale from from left to right, and the far left, my left, is super excited, optimistic, all those good feelings. And the far right would be crisis of meaning, where you're extremely depressed, you feel not motivated at all, you don't think anything's going to work. It's the most depressing stage. And then, of course, the informed pessimism stage is kind of in between those two extremes. So here we are at stage 3, crisis of meaning is what he calls it. And this is the lowest stage. This is where you've gone through the informed pessimism, you've tried tons of stuff, and you're trying to test and make things work as intelligently and as smart as you can. And again, it still isn't quite working out, right? I mean, and this all works like a interconnected loop. You go from stage 1 to stage 2. You either go back to stage 1 again, or you'll go down to stage 3. And then once you get off stage 3, you may go back to stage 1. I mean, you can bounce around from these things. That's why entrepreneurs are crazy to go through this, but we do it because we have a huge goal and we have a bigger vision for how we want to live our life on our terms. And so we go through this. But so crisis of meaning, you're depressed, nothing works. And this is the worst case. This stage, do not spend more money. Okay? This stage, hold up. You are depressed at your lowest. Nothing is working well. Losing motivation. Now, this is the stage where you don't want to desperately go back into it hardcore, because you're gonna make decisions not intelligent. Your most intelligent stage is stage 2. This is where you're kind of you got some optimism, but then you're not super depressed like in stage 3, right? You're in between. This is where you can think the most intelligently about things. Crisis of meaning is emotional stage. Uninformed optimism is emotional stage. And these stages, you don't want to be making very big decisions and intelligent. Anything that deals with really hardcore thinking, you don't want to do that. So like in crisis of meaning, you want to stop what you're doing, take a break is the best thing, Take a break and relax. And I would especially, this is very key stage where you talk to other entrepreneurs or successful internet marketers in our case. This could be forums, or if you know people in person, you would talk to them. Talk to family. Supportive family, that is. You don't want to talk to family that's going to, those kind of negative Nancy's that say, see, I told you, so it wouldn't work. Don't talk to those people. It's going to make things worse, and you're going to be out of the game. Simple. But more importantly, this is the stage where this is where the winners and the losers are really determined. Is how well can you handle this stage where you're completely battered down, you feel like you can't, like what you were doing was completely not working. Like, what do you do now? I mean, yeah, you take a break and relax, do all these things, take a moment to reflect and relax and clear your mind. But you're going to find yourself asking a very serious question, a very personal question. Is how much do you want this? How badly do you want this? How much are you willing to just go through the crap and sacrifice to become a successful entrepreneur online, in our cases, or internet marketer, whatever you want to call it? Because if you don't want it bad enough and you get to this stage, you're going to fall. You're going to quit. You're going to give it up and go back to your 9-to-5 job, or try to find some other junk to keep your time busy. If you really want this, you gotta really, this is just a talk with yourself that you have to come to grips with, Be like, yeah, things didn't work out that great, but, excuse my language, squeeze. excuse my language, but fuck it. I'm going to stick to this. I'm never giving up. This is exactly what I want. I mean, it's just, there is no decision about it. It is what it is, and I want to keep on plugging away. And you gotta make that decision for yourself, whether how much you want this or not, because it's not fucking easy at all. It's hard. It's it's emotionally, mentally draining on all levels. You know, it's just tough stuff, guys. But the rewards are incredible. I mean, that's why we go through it, right? But it's how bad do you want to? I mean, are you comfortable doing your 9-to-5 job? Are you cool with that? I mean, some people it's a lot easier to just have a steady paycheck, and have to go through all these emotional roller coasters that an entrepreneur or business person or internet marketer, et cetera, goes through. You know, so it's very important that you talk to successful business owners, entrepreneurs, specifically in our cases, other internet marketers. You go to forums and connect with people, and they'll tell you that they've gone through the same thing that you have, and that will help you get out of this stage. You know, talking to people who can relate to you and who have gone through what you have gone through, very helpful. And then just kind of taking that time off allows you to emotionally recuperate and, you know, clear your head and just kind of relax. Because, I mean, imagine let's say you get in an argument with your best friend or your girlfriend or wife. You know, you argue, it's very heated, lots of emotions are running, but then you take a break, and then, you know, a day after, or maybe even, you know, a few hours afterwards, but, you know, a day afterwards, a few days afterwards, and it cools down, and your head's back on you know, your head is stable again, and you're not all like, then you can come back to the informed pessimism stage or uninformed optimism stage, and then you can again come back to your websites and really tackle it again intelligently, and then you keep on doing that, and then sooner or later you get your successes. And that's really exciting. You know, you get your first sale, or your first $100, or first $1,000 online, or $10,000, and then you know, then you jump back to stage one, super optimistic again. You're trying all kinds of new stuff, you know, and of course the cycle repeats itself. You try a lot of stuff, some of it works, some of it doesn't work, then you kind of get pessimistic. Then maybe something goes terrible, and then boom, you're back in a crisis of meaning. I mean, the cycle repeats itself, but, you know, we go through it because we want that big win, you know, that lifestyle. And but anyways, I'm kind of rambling on, as you can tell, and this is completely unscripted, by the way. So as all my videos are. So I'm going to end this and let you know that, hey, you know, whatever crap you're going through, whatever stage that you may be in right now, I've gone through it. Other people who are also successful have gone through it and will continue to go through this. And you're not alone. And if you really want to, if you're in it to win it, you just got to keep chugging away. You know, again, the crisis of meaning stage is really kind of a make it or break it stage. So that's where you want to take a break and relax and take a few hours to cool off. It may take a few days for you, or a week in some cases, which is perfectly fine. So thanks, guys. This has been more of a kind of like a intermission sort of video. Nothing very, not really building up to anything at all. It's just sort of a thing that I thought that you guys should check out, and I wanted to share that message with you. You can read the full posts and the actual audio here through this link. I'll give you guys a link. Just click on that and you can hear the interview yourself, and it's very, very good stuff. So thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, and having the patience to go through my completely unorganized and amateur video, but hopefully got value out of it. So thanks. Bye.